Hi, so welcome to video 6, which is going to be about finger picking. Now, I have to say, I don't consider myself to be an expert on this, and I'm certainly not a teacher, so I can't really tell you how to do it. But I can do some demonstrations and I can tell you some of the thinking behind it. So that's what I'm aiming to achieve here. I try not to make it too technical and boring because, well, some of us like it, don't we? You know, us real nerds, but it tends to piss people off a bit if you get like that, doesn't it? You know, so I try and strike some balance. So as I say, I'm not an expert, but I do play to a level. I've got to a level that actually pretty much satisfies me. Always want to get better. We always want to improve. But I do feel that I'm at a level with my finger picking and my playing that I'm satisfied with. I'm in my 70s. I'm not going to get a lot better. Probably get worse. So anyway, there we go. But thing is, ever since I saw this guy Phil at Bradford Folk Club, who I mentioned videos back, I just thought that it was the complete dog's bollocks finger picking. I just thought it's just fabulous. And you know, I'm into all sorts of music, guitar music particularly, but I don't play electric guitar. I've no desire to play electric guitar. I love listening to people like George Lamb playing electric guitar, but I don't really want to play like that. I want to finger pick. That's basically what I do. So I don't play any rock. I don't even play indie, and I'm a great indie music lover. I don't play any of it. I just play finger pick. That's what I do. So there we go. Now, like most of music, getting to be a decent, half decent finger picker, it's just practice, practice, practice. So, I'll try and tell you how I learned and how I started off. First thing you got to decide is how many fingers to use. I know it sounds silly. You got thumb, always a thumb, but it can be either 1, 2, or 3 fingers. Some absolutely fantastic guitar players play with only the 1 finger and the thumb. The Reverend Gary Davis is one of the very best that there's ever been, and that's how he played. 3 fingers, you know, then you can cover the G string, the B string, and the E string with each finger like that, and then you should. But that's too many and it's too complicated for me. So I opted to play with 2 fingers, thumb and 2 fingers. So, having decided how many fingers, you then got to decide how you're going to strike the strings. In many ways, the ideal is to use what you've got naturally. So to use the thumb, either your nail or the flesh of the thumb, or your finger, either the nail or the flesh of the finger, depending what sort of sound you want to get, what you want to achieve. So it's either fingers or it's picks. Now, I've done all sorts in my time. I used to play with a steel thumb pick and 2 steel finger picks, but they're scratchy, a bit noisy, a bit clunky, and I'm not the most dexterous of people anyway. So yeah, it wasn't fantastic. So I started, and this was only, a matter of 5-6 years ago, because I wasn't, the reason I was using picks really was that I wasn't able to actually grow decent nails. My nails just complete crap, just shatter, and no, they're no good. Anyway, a mate of mine, Jerry, I said, hey, you've got great nails there, Jerry. He says, I pay this lass to put them on every week. He says, well, every 2 weeks, I think he said. So I said, what, they're not real? He says, no, he says, they're acrylic. I just go see this lass and she does me 2 nails and that's it, Bob's your uncle, So, okay. So I went to see Claire in Barnsley at a posh salon with all the ladies getting the nails done and the makeup and stuff like this. And Claire, she's lovely, and she fed me cappuccinos, and made all this lovely chat whilst I'm having my nails done. It was quite nice. Anyway, but it bloody well worked. It really did. My playing got a lot better sort of using acrylic nails. So that's what I do. And I use one of these. This is a thumb pick, but this isn't just any thumb pick. Thumb picks tend to be, in my opinion, tend to be a bit clumsy. You know, again, they're not streamlined. This is called a Fred Kelly speed pick, and it comes in different gauges and different sizes. But yeah, this is so I use I use this and my two acrylic fingers. So that's what I do. But if you're going to do it, you just got to figure out what's best for you. Thumb picks are great for me because people see me play. I use really quite a percussive sort of style, and I'm playing with thumb most of the time. So they suit me. But you'd have to decide if you don't play already. You either will have decided, or you would have to decide how are you going about it. What's best for you. So once we've decided that, we say, okay, so how do we do it? This land is your land, this land is my land, from California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. Simplest, I'm hitting a bass string, I'm plucking two strings, usually the top two, and then when you get adventurous, alternate the bass, and there we had Woody Guthrie's This Land Is Your Land. So yeah, that's the simplest. This is called pattern picking. That's a pattern, and that is really the first thing you do when you're learning to do finger pick. You pattern pick, and that's a really, really basic pattern that you use for 2/4 time and for 4/4 time. You know. Sow the seeds of love, and I sow them in the spring. Yeah, some more. Anyway, but it's basically 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's another pattern. But you're always playing. You're never actually doing a bass string and a treble string together. That's the point. Now another pattern, which is really quite a significant one, is one where you're putting in an alternating bass, and you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Have you seen the old man in the closed down market, kicking off the paper in his worn out shoes? This is a pattern. Bit limited, it sounds alright on that particular song, more or less, but really what that song should sound like would be. Have you seen the old man in the closed down market, kicking off the paper in his worn out shoes? So yeah. So you need a different kind of picking for that. That was pretty much how I'd play it nowadays. But there's another kind of pattern which really is the key to, I think, to playing the kind of finger picking that I do anyway. And it took me ages to twig to this and to learn it. But this is where you start by playing a bass and a treble string together. So, but it's 4/4 again. So there I'm playing the 5th and the 2nd together. So every 4 beats you're playing 2 strings together. And you can alternate the bass when you've got it on. Right, don't think twice, it's alright, that's trying to do it. So using that pattern picket. Ain't no use in sitting wondering why, babe, if you don't know by now. Ain't no use in sitting wondering why, babe. See, it doesn't sound bad, that, does it? And you do freight train like that as well a bit. It's quite a sophisticated and really flexible, really useful pick. And what it does, it actually starts getting you into playing the. It just introduces you to the bass going separate to the fingers, and that's basically what you're trying to do. So the little piece that I played at the start was just some instrumental bit of noodling that I sort of put together. Nothing very special. But if you look at that, you see that I'm basically playing. The thumb and the fingers independent of each other. The thumb's doing the bass, the fingers are doing the treble. So you've got a bass and a treble part as you're playing. And that really is what really floats my boat when it comes to finger picking. So I'm just going to finish off this particular video just with a bit of a slowed down version of Mississippi John Hurt's My Creole Belle. This is for Martin. I hope you like this, Martin. And it's a demonstration really of how when you're playing with your thumb and your fingers doing different jobs. It's not really a pattern pick, but you might see a bit of pattern in there somewhere. This is how it goes. My Creole Belle.